Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Brilliant sunny Friday conditions here at Canvas Stadium in Fort Collins, Colorado. And it's been a tough season for Tyson Summers, who became the interim head coach on October 19th. His family has been in Kentucky. He's excited to go see them later tonight. And he also spoke with Jim Mora on the phone on Wednesday, said he had a great conversation, wants to have a great transition to the next era. Troy Calhoun has become an institution,
no doubt,
in Colorado Springs. His 19th season between Troy Calhoun and Fisher DeBerry, only 2 head coaches for Air Force in the last 4 decades. Let's get to the keys to the game. They're sponsored by Peloton, introducing the new cross-training series. Lincoln Kennedy, what you got?
Well, I tell you, you got to find, if you're Air Force, you got to find where number 21 is, Cade Harris. He is Mr. Versatile, not only rushing the ball, but receiving, and he is electrifying. Not a very big guy, standing only 5'8", but he can really stretch the field for you. Control that line of scrimmage if you're Air Force. This is what happens for the triple option. Control the line of scrimmage and time of possession. For Colorado State, it's simple. Where's that tackling machine? Owen Long. The sophomore is a young man who's a ball hawk, always around the ball, Evan. And I tell you what, he is going to be someone I'm going to be watching particularly close attention today. And the classic name for me is just a tight end. Rocky Beers. He's from Colorado. How do you have such a perfect name for a tight end that's going to be a force on the next level? He's celebrating senior, but Rocky Beers, what a great name.
Well, it could be a record-breaking day for Rocky Beers. Colorado State won the toss, deferred. Air Force will begin with a football from their own 25-yard line as Hankins boots it out the back. And this Air Force offense, which was humming around the midway point of the season, easily putting up 30, 40 points a game. Well, it has stagnated in the last month, Lincoln. There's Josh Johnson making his 5th career start, his first of which was against Colorado State a year ago, a game that went in the Rams' favor.
Well, you already see him backing up and going to shotgun, trying to open things up.
Can't imagine Colorado State expected the shotgun. Johnson's going to keep it to his right. And he's brought down after a gain of a couple.
You know, a lot of times it's more important just to see for Johnson what the defense is going to do when you kind of open up the formation. So many times they run such a tight formation with that power I and that option offense. They keep everything inside. They're trying to open it up by lining the wide receivers out wide. Spread this defense out a bit.
Jace Bella makes the opening stop. 2nd down and 7 after the pickup of 3. Through is the man in motion and up the middle across the 30 to set up 3rd down and about 4. Jacob Ellis makes the stop.
Manageable situation for Air Force's offense, but they're going to have to be creative. Looking for Colorado State is going to look for them to get to the wings, probably the perimeter, especially the field side. So they're probably going to overplay that just to be safe.
Air Force
comes up with
96 consecutive games with at least 100 yards rushing, though they almost had that streak snap last week, Lincoln. They finished with 105 rushing yards, just narrowly getting enough to keep it going. First 3rd down of the day. Cade through, horse collar down. There's multiple flags on the field. He's got the 1st down, but certainly we'll see if it's a holding and they'll offset.
Well, like I expected them to get on the perimeter. Didn't think they were going on the boundary side. It was successful. We have to wait to see what the penalty is.
Kenneth Ray is the referee today in the white hat.
Lengthy discussion down there.
There are 2 fouls, 1 foul by each team. We have personal foul, blindside block, number 18 on the offense. Personal foul, horse collar, number 17 on the defense. Those penalties offset, it's still 3rd down.
And we'll line up and go back and do it again.
Quinn Smith, the receiver, with a blind side block.
Yeah, there's a blind side block right there on your right-hand side of the screen, and there's a horse collar right there behind him.
They announced 17, but it was Jake Jarmolowicz, number 13, who had the horse collar. So we'll do it again. It's like a playground do-over. 3rd down and 4, opening drive of the ball game. Johnson not going to get to the line to gain. He picks up 2. He needed 4 and an early decision for Troy Calhoun from his own 33. And here comes the punt team.
Well, that's a good job by Owens for Colorado State, being sound. And as he covers the ground, you see him right there, coming up from the defensive end position, outside linebacker, getting just enough to bring down Johnson before he got that 1st down. Good play.
Always have to beware of the fake on 4th and short, and it is a fake. Snap to the up man. 1st down, Air Force.
Well, you called it right off the bat.
Terrence Gist takes it across the 35, and the offense for the Falcons coming back onto the field.
Well, like you said, you always got to be aware of the fake. And they lined up, and they had it ready, and they executed really well, just enough to get their 1st down.
I mean,
see how much attention they're playing to Owen Long, that linebacker tackle machine I told you about.
It's the 1st quarter. You are the 5th best rushing team in FBS.
Right.
It's the last game of a long season. Why not roll the dice there?
And it's a rivalry.
It absolutely is. The Ram Falcon Trophy on the line here today. 3 yards and a cloud of pellets on this turf field.
Well, so far,
stadium.
Yeah, so far the Ram defense is doing a great job at bottling everything up in the middle. You want to pick on the middle, we're going to bottle everything up. Haven't had for sure holes. Oh, that is impressive. That's what you get against a power option offense right there. 5th in FBS.
Coming off just 105 yards rushing last week in the 20-3 loss to New Mexico. Johnson under center. And he gets back to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. Lamondre Joe, one of 3 Colorado State defenders who started every game. It's been a battle of attrition for the Rams on both sides of the ball this season. Well, another 3rd down coming up.
You see Lamondre Joe coming off the corner blitz from the outside and just chases down Josh Johnson from behind. Good job. That was really saving the 1st down, because they did have people blocked on the perimeter, and the outside was chasing the would-be option receiver. So it's a good job by Lamondre Joe.
First 6 plays have all been rushes. Johnson in the shotgun on 3rd and 4. Johnson keeps it and sets up another 4th down. It'll be about 2.5 yards shy of the line to gain.
Well, it makes sense to me, partner. If you know, the good defense of Colorado State is showing up, and look again, they're bottling up the middle. But I'm wondering if this is going to 4th down territory. The offense is still out there, and we'll see what happens. But you know, you had a fake from the 35. Why not run it from the 45?
Including the successful 4th down on the drive. They're 22 of 32 for 4th downs this season. To throw to a wide open man, it's Bruin Fleischman, the tight end. He breaks the tackle and goes the distance.
You can't draw a better execution than that if you're Air Force. The Falcons, little play fake, roll out for Johnson. You have a wide open tight end who breaks the tackle and goes for the score. You can't draw it up any better. Let's take a look at the replay. Look how the defense is committed to stopping the run. No one covers Fleischman out of the flat, and then you got to do a better job. And if you're number 17, you got to make that play. CJ Blocker's got to be able to bring him down.
55-yard catch and run for Fleischman. His 10-game streak with a reception was snapped last week, but he gets a long touchdown catch to start this game today. And here's Reagan Tubbs to tack on the extra point. Air Force converts 2 4th downs and marches 75 yards, 6 runs, and 1 long pass.
We're going to talk about Rocky Beers for Colorado State. There's Johnson celebrating with his tight end after a successful drive. Going for it on 4th down twice, converting and getting a touchdown. Great drive by the Falcons.
Just the 3rd touchdown pass for Johnson. No chance for Lloyd Avant, Colorado State's return man. And here comes Jackson Brousseau, who sprained his ankle in the New Mexico game. That was just 13 days ago. But with Darius Curry getting suspended, along with Liam Wortman, the right guard for this Colorado State offense, Brousseau back in the lineup. Big kid, 6'4". Thrown 7 touchdown passes in his 8 games played this season. Colorado State on its initial play trying to replicate what they've done well recently, which is start games well offensively. They've got an opening drive touchdown in 2 of the last 3 weeks as Avant picks up 1 yard in the opening play.
Well, something has to give here because this we see the tempo lighting up with Colorado State. They've got to get some points. They want to generate some offense and get into a rhythm quickly.
Play action. Brousseau, pressure coming, down he goes. Air Force fired up as Jackson Adams comes up with his 3rd sack of the season and his 1st since September.
Well, as we look at the replay, we see how protection breaks down. Just a bunch of Rams kind of running into each other as they open up the flood lanes to rush the quarterback, and Falcons come up with pay dirt.
A loss of 6 sets up 3rd and 15. The Lehigh, Utah native dumps it off to the back, and it's incomplete. And an uninspiring start for the Rams offense.
Well, we saw early with the tempo, try to get things started and just fizzled out. The sack really nullified any type of momentum they could start and just couldn't get back on right track. So they got to find something that they can do, whether it's run or pass, against this Falcons defense.
Cade Harris standing at his own 35-yard line. Colorado State's talented punter Brian Hansen among the league and nation leaders in punt average. Low line driver. It's not going to be returnable. And inside the 35 it rolls down to about the 32-yard line. 48-yard punt for Hansen. Colorado State, John Weber. You've made a new coaching hire that you're going to be introducing, Jim Mora, on Monday. What has this past week been like for you?
It's been a whirlwind, but it's been a really great week. We're excited to welcome him to campus. He'll be here on Sunday, be in the building on Monday, and we're going to get to work.
Curious to hear what the last couple months have been like for you in the process of searching, contemplating. Obviously, it's a big decision, moving to a new league. What can you tell your fans as a little appetizer before the Monday press conference?
Yeah, it's a critical hire for us at a critical time as we go into the Pac-12, and we've got to make sure that we go in with a full head of steam. So it's been a lot of work that we put into this over the last 6 weeks. We made a change, a month and a half ago, and that afforded us the ability to do a very exhaustive search. And we talked to a lot of people, and really proud to say welcome to Coach Mora here in Fort Collins.
Well, I know Coach Mora, a friend of his and his family, and I've always been impressed. It's a big hire. Talk about the genesis, how you made it happen.
Yeah, it's we got early in on him and started conversations right off the bat,
okay.
And just continue to work with him. He's excited to come to a place that's got an on-campus stadium. He's never actually coached at a place with an on-campus stadium, and there's an opportunity for him to win championships here. And we've all got our eye on the CFP, and he's focused on that, and so are we.
16-yard completion from Johnson to Smith takes Air Force across midfield. It's got to be a strange feeling. You got the Mountain West logo on the field for the last time.
Yep. It's the last time for us, and the last time we're going to play Air Force for a little while as well. It's a good rival of ours, and it's a little bit of a bittersweet moment, but we're looking forward to the future for us.
What was it about Jim Mora and what he's done, what he stands for, that made him the right fit at this time for Colorado State?
He's a program builder, plain and simple. So he did great work at UCLA, did great work at UConn, great institution there, and with the NFL experience combined in there, I don't think we could have made a better choice. And he chose us as well, and that's something that we're both proud of.
Give up the middle to the fullback, Owen Allen.
Well, when you look at this, you look at the Colorado State team, and you know what your football team has been through with the coaching change, the injuries, keeping it together. Talk about the positivity of this coaching staff that you still have.
Yeah,
working with you, keeping everybody inspired and trying to play a good game against NC rivals.
Absolutely, Lincoln. That's a really good point. Coach Summers and his staff have done an absolutely outstanding job working with all of our staff, with our players, with everyone to keep them focused and keep them working hard, and they've done that. I couldn't be more proud of the way that they continue to approach this season.
My final question for you, John. When you made the move in October and began the search, did you ever think that former NFL Coach of the Year would be the guy that you would settle on and that he'd be here?
Not a bad outcome, is it? But that's it's really special to get someone like Coach Mora here to Colorado State, and really excited to work together with him in a partnership to reach our potential.
What time's the press conference on Monday?
It's 3 o'clock on Monday.
All right. Well, best of luck as you march into the new era of Ram football. And I personally met Jim Mora. I covered a UConn game a handful of years ago, and I've always been very impressed. So I think it's a great fit, and it's really cool to see him taking on this new challenge.
I appreciate that. Go Rams.
John Weber, the athletic director of Colorado State University, hoping his defense can rise up here and get a stop, Lincoln.
Yes,
Air Force has been on the march. This is going to set up a third down.
Well, this defense has been struggling since the series started of stopping that run. And Air Force has found a way that they can penetrate this defense by those inside gives. Downhill right now. Setting up another manageable situation for this offense. Third down and 4.
Air Force is 0 for 2 on third down so far. The flip side of that is they're 2 for 2 on fourth down.
I was just about to mention that.
Already 5 first downs for this Falcons attack. 3rd and 4. Johnson pitches left. Got him. A nice hole down to the 20. And moving the chains, Cade Frew.
Well, when you have that much speed at your disposal there, so Arizona offense can get on top of you. They just had them outflanked, had a number of blockers right there in front of them, and more importantly, they get the first down. Keep the drive going. Look at Cade Harris, the small receiver throwing his shoulder in there and opening up a steady hole.
So this will be the first snap in the red zone for Air Force today. The fullback unable to shake free from Paul Tangelo, who was hanging on to the shoelaces.
Tangelo is known as a jackbacker in this defense, and he does a good job at shaving off his would-be blocker, and not a shoestring tackle, an ankle tackle, but a good strong tackle at that.
Air Force and Colorado State have played each other every year since 1978, except for 2020 when there was extenuating circumstances.
Certainly.
That's 47 meetings in a 48-year span. And the winner of today's game takes the Ram Falcon Trophy indefinitely. Air Force off to a scintillating start. Rocco Conti, the Mississippi native, gallops down inside the 10, 1st and goal.
Well, it just looks like this Colorado State Ram defense is one play behind. They can't seem to get everyone lined up in the right place. They're outflanked. In this last play, they run the option. Come downhill, you take the quarterback out of the occasion, but there's no one to cover the pitch man. So then you're left reeling after he picks up a number of yards running downfield.
Only the 4th carry of the season for Conti, but a good 13-yard gainer. 10th play of the drive right here, 1st and goal. Owen Allen up the middle to the goal line. He's in. Touchdown, Air Force. What a start for this offense.
What a drive. What a drive. Getting the ball near midfield and just basically pounding it all the way down to the end zone, running both inside and out. Great execution by the Falcons offense that time. Owen Allen has a lot to be happy with. Just an inside dive. And look at the big guys up front, pushing around, opening up a hole. Owen does the rest. Crosses the plane with the ball. That's all you need for a touchdown.
He's crossed over 1,000 yards rushing for his career in this opening quarter. And he's got his 4th touchdown of the season to cap the 10-play, 65-yard drive. Officials taking an extra.
Who fits that? John Ashford fits that promo. He fits that profile right now.
He sure does. Well, the greatest rivalry in sports is almost here. Top-ranked defending national champion Ohio State heads to the Big House, looking to snap Michigan's 4-game win streak in the game. It all starts 9 a.m. with a special 3-hour Big Noon kickoff live from Ann Arbor. Then it's Michigan, Ohio State, noon only on Fox. Can't wait to hear Gus and Joel call the action from the Big House.
Well, Colorado State needs to get something going right now.
It'll be the 121st meeting tomorrow, Lincoln.
Yeah.
Between the Buckeyes and the Wolverines. And look, Ohio State's coming off a national championship, but no one really cares about that right now because it's all about this game tomorrow. And if Ryan Day loses to Michigan for the 5th year in a row, I don't know what's going to happen.
There have been many coaching changes due to one game here on their schedule. When it comes to that rivalry, it is emotional, both sides, and it is pivotal. Coaches and the people want to know, are you going to be able to beat Michigan? Can you beat Ohio State? You know, on the other side. So it's a big deal. It's a big rivalry right there.
3rd down and 8. Jackson Brousseau and the Rams trying to avoid a second straight lifeless 3-and-out, and it's off the hands of the intended target downfield, Tay Lanier. No flags, and the punt team for Colorado State has more work to do.
Good coverage that time by the sophomore Corey Johnson, just running man for man. You have to almost have a perfect throw if you're Jackson Brousseau to get it in there. The back shoulder throw didn't connect.
So here's Brian Hansen about to punt it for the 56th time this season. Another low liner that squibs its way down inside the 30. And it'll be scooped up right in between the 27 and 28 yard lines. 14-0 Air Force. Google averaging over 12 tackles per game, #1 in the nation. Double-digit tackles 9 times in 11 games, and well, he and this Colorado State defense have had too many opportunities to make tackles for their head coach Tyson Summers' liking so far. Here's a good swarm to stop the 1st down carry. 2-yard gain. After that carry, it's now 145 yards of total offense for Air Force, but they've got 147 yards more than their opponent because Colorado State's got -2 yards so far.
The Rams have had 2 series, and they've both been 3-and-outs. And one of the series, they went backwards more than they went forward, so that's why you have that negative yardage, but they've got to figure it out where this defense is going to get tired and worn out really quick. They haven't even finished the 1st quarter yet.
Johnson fakes the pitch, steps up, and the pass is smacked down.
Dangerous. There's our guy right there. There he is, Owen Long. You see him in your picture right there. He was in trying to make a play.
You get a pass breakup stat for this, right?
Well, you do. You look at the chasing him down from the backside and almost having a sack.
Officials conferring a little bit about where the ball should go down. Was Johnson down before he threw it?
Yeah, they were trying to check it out with the replay.
After further discussion, the quarterback's knee was down at the 25-yard line. It's 3rd down.
Well, there, Owen Long gets a sack. How about that? Take another look. There's Owen Long, the linebacker said, oh, yeah, that's a good call. It's a good call. It's a really good call.
So it's a loss of 4. It's his 2nd sack. And
I think Coach Calhoun wants an explanation. And over there talking with the refs now.
I don't know about you, Lincoln. I always really covet the opportunities to talk football with Troy Calhoun. I mean, you need to be a different cat to lead this academy. And
True
I mean,
story.
you need to be a different type of guy to go to this academy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Especially in this era of college football where, in his words, things have changed so drastically in just 30, 40 months.
You know, so appreciative of our
Please
military
reset
academies.
the game clock to 30 seconds. 3-0. Thank you.
So appreciative of the military academies and what they do for this country and our great military. And then you have the transfer portal that evolves around college sports. Doesn't necessarily carry over to the military academies.
Well, there's no rule against them taking a transfer, but
Right.
here's the thing. A transfer, no matter how many other years they've played at another school, goes through basic training at the very start of college. The Air Force experience is different than anywhere else. Johnson wrangled to the ground just across the line of scrimmage. Mozo Tuateli, who started at Cal for a couple of seasons, then spent 1 year with the New Mexico Lobos, brings him down, and looks like Colorado State's got itself a stop. See if the Rams offense can get rolling in the second quarter, because in the opening actually true.
That's true. They haven't had any first downs either in the first quarter versus the Falcons' 6 first downs.
See if anything changes here. Kennard waits for the fair catch and then lets it bounce. And Freer's punt will skid out of bounds at the 25-yard line. 45-yard punt, no return. Air Force's defense, first half of the year, it was an adventure, and not in a good way, but since then, they have stiffened up.
Right. Defensive coordinator Brian Noor has done his best at trying to close the gaps that have left that offense. I mean, opposing offenses the ability to score at will. Air Force defense averages giving them 31 points a game, just above 31 points a game. They doing a good job so far.
Jackson Brousseau with a good pocket, hits Avant out of the backfield. And best play so far today for Colorado State's offense.
The Rams have continued to struggle first half points. They've continued to try to get their offense. They only average about a little bit over 18 points a game. Right now they're in the hole 14-0.
But a manageable second down and distance here. Although it's going to be a long third down because once again the pocket collapses.
Well, nice play by Reese. He's just rushing up the top of your screen over the right tackle. Just can't hold him up. Can't hold up. Karras cannot hold up at the point. Pocket collapses. Force you down third down and long.
So from 2nd and 4 to 3rd and 8, Air Force getting lined up. Brousseau, it's a jailbreak blitz. He gets the screen complete, and Lanier is going to be inches shy of the line to gain.
I thought at first that he was able to cross with the ball, but the referee said he's not as close. But this is just a jailbreak, as you mentioned. Tunnel screen, got a few blockers out there. And the offense is going to stay on the field for the 4th down play, but you saw Christian Martin, the left tackle.
Colorado State just 2 for 9 on 4th down in the last 4 weeks. Timeout taken by Tyson Summers.
It's a good timeout. Air Force was showing a blitz, and I didn't think they had a lot of guys that were kind of spread out. Didn't know if they could protect.
Colorado State is the current holder of the Ram Falcon Trophy, which has been given to the winner of this game every year for the last 4.5 decades. Colorado State winning in Colorado Springs, hanging on late. That Ram Falcon Trophy, which was created 45 years ago. Teams first met in 1957. This is the 63rd all-time meeting. And Troy Calhoun knows that this could be the last time in a while. He said their schedule was booked through 2030. They only have 2 non-conference games a year that aren't in the Commanders-in-Chief trophy race with Army and Navy. We shall see. It's a great rivalry with Colorado Springs and Fort Collins being just a couple hours down the road. Now 4th down, and the sneak from Brousseau gets it across the 35 to move the chains. The first down for the Rams.
And you hear the crowd going crazy. That's here. Jackson Brousseau is using that big body, 6'4", 225 pounds, just to get those inches necessary for the first down. And their version of the push, the tush push, that other team in green does.
They do it very, very well, and there's a lot of imitators out there. And no one does it quite like they do in Philly. Lanier makes a man miss, throws a stiff arm, and takes it across the 45, and there's the second Colorado State first down.
Well, now they've got a little bit of rhythm. Seem to have the Air Force defense on their heels. Just a little stop route. I was wondering if he had his knee as touchdown, but he was cleared and was able to get more yards. Lanier after the catch. Good job.
Lanier 5 catches each of the past 2 weeks. Got his first touchdown of the season last Saturday.
The ruling on the field was a first down. The previous play is under further review of the spot of where the runner went out of bounds.
So they'll check on the spot, and we'll be right back to Fort Collins. Rams on the move.
You see that right knee is down right there, and that's where they spot him. So it wasn't a first down. It's going to be backed up, and it's going to be 2nd down and 5. But you know what? It was a nice, clean pocket for Brousseau. That's a plus for the Colorado State offense. We'll see what the Air Force defense does here.
They're only at their own 40-yard line, but this has been by far their most productive drive so far. Brousseau again looks to fire and connects at the line to gain, and it'll be a Colorado State first down. Levon Brown makes the grab, his first of the game.
What I appreciate most what Levon Brown did here is he got to the sticks, he got enough distance, and he still allowed himself enough room to come back for the football and get the first down. That's important. Yeah. Saw a little kick there. Did you see that? In the replay.
Eleven and a half minutes to play here in the second quarter, and Brousseau, you can see he's just not as explosive as he would be if he hadn't sprained his ankle 2 weeks ago.
Well, more importantly, you got to teach this quarterback how to slide. He's got to be able to get down and protect himself. Use the rules to your advantage. Yeah, to your advantage. You know, the Falcons were right there waiting for it, but still set up a decent second down and 6.
Brody Bueno coming off a career best 10 tackles last week. Before that, his career high was 4, so he really erupted in last week's game in Boise. From midfield on 2nd down, Brousseau in the shotgun again. And low throw incomplete, looking for Lanier.
Good coverage that time by middle linebacker Dallas Daly. Not giving a whole lot of room for Brousseau to get that throw in there.
Jackson Brousseau won 4 state championships in high school in 3 different sports. He won 2 titles in football, 1 each in basketball and baseball in Lehigh, Utah, just outside of Provo. Big 3rd down here, the 9th play of this drive from midfield. Trying to set up a screen, and he connects with Beers, but he's shy of the first. It's going to be about 4th and 3 from the plus 47. I cannot imagine that the punt team is coming on the field right now.
Oh, we go back to set screen where you're trying to get the big guys out. You see a couple of guys that are circling around trying to block, but good job by the Falcons. And this offense is still out there on the field, going for the 4th down, like you said.
Daly pulling Beers down from behind. Colorado State needs the 44. Brousseau's pass has an open man, and that's a first down inside the 30. Tommy Maher.
Oh, good play by Maher, and a good play by Brousseau. Good patience, understanding the coverage, knowing he's going to have the corner route. Oh, coming open man-to-man coverage. Covered by a linebacker, can't cover him as well. Finds his open receiver. Good job, first down.
Former CSU walk-on, put on scholarship last year after he had a big game in the border war. First down from the 29. Rousseau again rips it, looking for Beers. It's incomplete.
Well, Beers was well covered. They did what we call a bracket coverage, where you have one man underneath and a safety over top. Knowing that you're probably going to want to go to your big tight end, it has to be a perfect pass in the perfect spot. Rousseau decided to go back shoulder.
I know you were hyped about Rocky Beers. Do you know that he has a brother, and this is true, he has a brother named Rowdy.
Get out of here.
Rowdy Beers. Lanier on the bubble screen, able to scamper down to the 20.
Well,
Set up 3rd and 1.
Yeah, Lanier's proven to be a little slippery when he gets the ball in the flat. It looked like the Falcons had that screen well covered. And the offense was able to scoot along and shut up a short 3rd down situation for the offense. Rams are moving the ball into plus territory.
In fact, one of the reasons Rocky Beers left Air Force, where he started his college career, was to go play with his brother Rowdy at FIU down in South Florida. Came to graduate school at Colorado State. He's been a great pickup. Looking for Lanier in the end zone. Over the shoulder catch. Colorado State on the board. What a drive.
Well, just as I mentioned, Lanier has proven to be really slippery. Again, Rousseau backs up. He sees man-on-man coverage. Throws it to where Lanier can reach for it, adjust for the ball. Great adjustment by Lanier, and he pulls in for the touchdown. Rams on the board. Let's take a look at it again. Nice protection, nice even pocket. He knows where he wants to go with the football right away. Tay Lanier does a good job creating separation, not too much, to where you get off of Corey Johnson, where you might get an offensive pass interference, but adjust for the ball, over the shoulder catch. Nice play by the Rams.
Perfectly thrown by Jackson Brousseau, his 8th touchdown pass of the season. Isaiah Hankins now 23 for 23 on point afters. Tay Lanier.
They needed this, Evan. They needed this big time, and they capitalized.
In prime time this week, we've got the duel in the desert as Noah Fifita leads Arizona against Arizona State tonight, 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific on Fox.
I love this time of year, Evan, because rivalries come out most of the conferences. And this is a rivalry for the Territory Cup. Living in Phoenix, I hear it all the time between Sun Devil and Wildcat fans.
And how about this? It's the first time since 2014 that both the Wildcats and the Sun Devils are ranked when they face each other. Just the 4th time ever. Tim Brando, Devin Gardner have the call. Well, that one later tonight. Now here comes Air Force and a big hit after a decent game, but Owen Long is fired up after getting a stick like that.
Well, Air Force was able to get to the outside with a pitch guy. Again, no one had the pitch by design, and when you're playing against an option offense, you got to be disciplined. Everyone's got a responsibility. You see the ball get down to Cade Harris, their multi-versatile player. Get on the perimeter, pick up 7 yards.
Officially a gain of 8.
Oh, 8.
And now 2nd and 2. Johnson goes up the middle. Allen again to the 37 for an Air Force first down.
Yeah, with this offense, when you're able to stay ahead of the change, ahead of schedule, as we call it, you get a number of yards on the first down. You set up 2nd down or 3rd down is short and manageable. It really takes a lot of the punch out of the defense, because most defenses want to win early and force 3rd down and long, especially to run-happy teams, but they just can't seem to do it right now in this drive.
Mike Thiessen, the offensive coordinator for Air Force, the longest tenured OC in the nation. It's a direct snap. And a short gain.
We got Kemper Hodges in the game now.
That's right.
Surprise, I just noticed it, that his first play in.
First snap for Hodges.
I wonder if Josh Johnson, who led that first down play, if he took a shot.
We knew they wanted to mix it up.
Yeah, exactly.
Made his first career start last week. He was a high school quarterback. They moved him to fullback when he came to Colorado Springs, and they moved him back to quarterback. Hodges gives, and around the edge to the sideline Goes Cade Harris.
I said in my keys to the game, time of possession and find a way to get the ball to number 21 right there. You're doing a little bit of an end around. He gets to the flat, gets to the outside, he gets another first down.
No receptions yet today for Harris, but he's already got more catches for any Falcon in a season in 9 years coming into the finale. Johnson's back in there. Just a couple plays for Hodges. Allen continues to churn close to the 45.
Yeah, well, right now you look at this offense for the Falcons, and they're having their way with this Ram defense because mainly they're getting them outflanked. They're getting them outflanked with blockers. There's no way for this Rams defense to seal the edge and really force everything back inside where you've got more bodies. You get outside, less bodies. They seem to have a good deal of success this Falcon offense has so far.
Well, they do their thing, and they do it well for the 97th game in a row. It's more than double the length of the next longest streak. They're over 100 here today in the first half. They have surpassed their rushing total from a week ago in Boise as Allen totes it again inside the 40.
Take a look at that run in. It's just an inside give. You see a hat on a hat. Every green helmet is covered up by somebody blue and white. Allen does the rest with his legs.
Now, when you went to the University of Washington, you were a defensive guy, and I know they moved you to offense.
Yeah, they told me I find greener pastures on the other side, and I could eat what I wanted to. I didn't have to be in a defensive lineman shape all the time.
It wasn't, there's no truth to the rumor that you just didn't want to have to guard the triple option?
No, there was no truth in that. I didn't have a problem. I'll tell a story a little bit later in the show, but, the option football was the first system that I learned. First rule. My high school, the first year I played football, ran an option. And I learned the basic rule, first man, head up, inside, on or off the line of scrimmage. So that was a general rule when you go to option blocking. It's one of the simplest forms. But it's also one of the most hardest to defend because, as I mentioned, you got to be disciplined. Everyone has a responsibility on defense to stop option football.
Second down and 5 from the 34. Strong response here from Air Force. And this will set up third and about 2. Drew Rodriguez with a stop for the Colorado State D. And you get the sense this is probably 4-down territory right here if they don't get it on third.
Well, they went for a fake punt earlier in the game in the first quarter when they were backed up in their own territory. So I don't see them trying to kick a field goal. I see them taking their time, which they're doing in the huddle, making sure they get the call and get everybody on the right page. But right now, Colorado State is huffing because they're on their heels. They have no way of stopping us.
They've been top 10 in the nation in rushing 12 years in a row, 38 out of the last 39 years. When they set up third and short, they're really tough to stop. Owen Allen moves the chains again to the 25-yard line.
Well, I mean, this is just impressive. I mean, we talked about John Ashford, number 72. I want you to watch him. You see that guard right there in your picture? See the big fella? He's just moving. He's moving and tracking people. Now, when you get on a safety as an offensive guard or offensive lineman, you know you're doing something right.
He is by far the biggest guy in their O-line too deep. I mean,
no doubt.
6'3", 350.
Yeah.
40 pounds bigger than the next biggest dude on their O-line.
And he is a mim. He is a mauler in the middle. There's no doubt about it. Look at that push.
Well, the middle of that offensive line got some mauling done, but the defensive end's able to cave in the opportunity, and it's only a 1-yard gain as Lamondre Joe from the perimeter comes and makes the stop.
Yeah, good job by Joe being in the right place at the right time to prevent a bigger gain. I thought they were going to have more yards than at the push they had in the middle of the defense, middle of the offense.
Do you think DBs in particular dread going against option football just because you have to tackle more, you don't get to do what you're out there to do, which is guard one-on-one?
I mean, but you know, it shows your versatility if you want to go to the next level because you're going to force your corners. They're going to have to tackle the lead.
Through with a seam, continues to churn down to about the 12.
And that's what Air Force, the Falcons have done, 6 yards. It's been a good day for the Falcon offense so far.
55-yard touchdown for Fleischman on the opening drive. Came after the Falcons converted on a 4th and 2 on a fake punt. Second down from just inside the 10. Pitch to the perimeter. Collision in the backfield and nowhere to go for Cade Harris.
That is a great play that time by Jace Bella. The free safety coming up and filling, understanding the play, seeing the motion by Cade Harris come around. The Falcons toss it to him in the backfield, and he's met immediately. Look, they don't have him outflanked there. And there's right there Bella shooting the gap, getting in the backfield. Good play by number 12. Hat on the hat, but the Rams defense had one more than counted than they could block. He makes a good play to the rest of his teammates arrive.
This would be a really encouraging stand for the Colorado State defense if they could force him to a field goal attempt.
That's exactly right.
They did take their final timeout, stopping the clock with 1:51. Rousseau throwing the ball for CSU's 9 for 13. They did a good job protecting him for the most part on their last possession.
And now they got to get the ball back.
Runner pass here, Lincoln.
I think Air Force is going to run the football. I expect him to go to the wide side of the field, but he might change it now.
Especially
Johnson's back under the center.
With no timeouts.
Exactly.
Takes another 45 seconds off the clock. Johnson's going to keep it. A delay. Quarterback draw to the goal line. He's just short.
He does
Stopped
get a first
inside
down.
the 1, but he does get the first down.
Yeah. Well, that's a nice heads-up play by Johnson. The Rams are floating outside. Thought they were going to go to the wide side of the field, play the option, but someone forgot to take the quarterback. Again, it's disciplined football. Johnson uses his big body, almost scores. Puts it right down on the goal line.
New Orleans native fired up.
I'll be interested to see if Calhoun comes right back to him, gives him the play, or gives him the option of keeping the ball to score. It was a combined effort between Johnson and Hedges to get him down in this position. But when a quarterback makes a big play like that, you often want to reward him with giving him the score of the end zone.
Troy Calhoun just took his first time out of the half.
They're talking about
I mean, how aggressive do you want to be here if you're Air Force? Like in the NFL earlier this season, we saw it almost bite Mike Vrabel.
Right.
They got down to the 1-yard line late in the half. They didn't want to give Tampa Bay the ball back. They ended up scoring on 4th and goal from the 1 on the final play of the half. Do you try to run into the half-yard line here?
I'm of the mindset you score when you can score. I'm not trying to be strategic. More importantly, aside from the last drive, the Rams' offense has been stymied. It hasn't really done much. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to do something like that on the next drive they get the ball back. But being out of timeouts, you've done a good job if you're Air Force. Made the Rams use all their timeouts. Being out of timeouts and knowing now how much this team has offensively struggled, I'd find a way to get in and score. And just take what you can on defense. Do what you do. Put the pressure on the opposing offense. Don't try to be too strategic or outsmart anyone. Just take the score.
Air Force in its 70th season of football. The 8 losses that they've suffered this season are the most since they lost 10 games in 2013. They're trying to salvage the season with a victory today.
Tight splits with quarterback sneak.
Johnson.
Oh.
It looks like he tried to come up short.
Really? It's interesting. You're right about that. He had every opportunity to put the ball over. Waste some time. He did.
Up to the
He went down
sideline.
on purpose. I think he went down on purpose. I think you're right, Evan.
And he got back. You know, he didn't lose anything.
No.
He gained
line of
a
scrimmage.
fraction of a yard there.
Yeah. But they are taking their time at this play right here to let the clock roll down.
They are that confident that they can get it in from the half-yard line with 3 more tries in the next 40 seconds.
I noticed the tight splits out of the offensive line, so I knew it was going to be a wedge blocking scheme.
This is confidence in your system, belief in your team, and your clock management. Will he do the same thing, or will he try to break the plane here? There's not much time left in the half. Johnson is in. That's perfectly executed. No, they marked him short.
Oh, my goodness. You're going to have to use a timeout, and there goes Coach Calhoun. running out on the field.
Did it not look like he served the cross?
I thought he did. Look at the replay, the close look, and there he goes down. I thought that was good enough to get him in the end zone.
Yeah, he's in the end zone. I mean, he's clearly over the line.
Right. This might be a better
He might
look.
have been obscured with the
Well, he can't find the football.
line judge.
You can't find the football. Even that
Yeah,
that
you
look,
can't, the football's right there. It's in his right arm.
I saw
That's
it
a
in a
touchdown.
brief moment. The umpire was standing right there, still couldn't signal for it.
This is going to be a touchdown. I feel certain.
Timeout. Air Force. It's their 2nd and a half. 30 seconds in length.
And they're going to get this timeout back once they overturn the call. I think, unless they say his knee was down first, but.
Well, we haven't seen a review yet.
Please reset the game clock to 16 seconds. 1-6. Thank you.
Can we see the replay one more time?
We'll see the replay, but I was wondering if.
Because his knee is not down yet, and he's
his knees
clearly
never
in.
touched. But his elbow did. But I don't know if that was before the ball crossed the bat. They're not even reviewing it, so they've already made up their mind. The referees, they've already made up their mind. He came up short.
If somehow they get stopped here, this is going to be outrageous.
Well, they pulled Johnson out of the game now.
Yeah, Hodges is in there.
We got the big back in there now.
The 17th play of this drive upcoming. Well,
this is why I said you don't overthink it. You know, and if they run the risk of not being, they still have another timeout. Now, I don't doubt that they're going to score, but you don't need to overthink it. It's not that complicated sometimes.
Hodges pushed from behind. There's no doubt about this one. Not that we had a ton of doubt about the last one. Touchdown, Kemper Hodges. It's his 3rd score of the season.
Well, the big back has this, the big quarterback has his patience as you see him wait, and then he just lowers his shoulder. But great movement by the offensive line. You see a lot of guys scoring with their man. That was what was taught by offensive line coaches. Score with your man. Push your man in the end zone. And there you go. And
Owen Allen shoved him from behind, made sure he got across. That's an 8-minute, 34-second drive to make it 21-7.
was that a Johnny Manziel reaction with that the money thing?
Might have been, but it was a long time ago.
Let's take a look at it. I know it is a long time ago. Where were you when he did that, Kemper Hodges? Let's take a look at the replay. Look. The score. You see the white shirts scoring with their man? He gets in the end zone easy. Stands up and let's see. Oh yeah. Is it? Pay me.
Poor man's Johnny Manziel. Oh, he was a really good high school football player in Florida for South Walton High School. Threw for over 3,000 yards. Also rushed for over 1,000 yards. Air Force recruited him as got things cooking a little bit. Taylor Neer was a big part of that.
Well, you saw in the last drive that they had success for it. They were able to go down the field, passing the football. Can't establish a run if you're the Rams right now, but the Falcons have. It'll be interesting to see how the second half starts for them. They have to get a touchdown to stay in this football game, Evan.
Even a field goal, it's just some points to show that they can move the ball. Air Force had 4 drives, punted once, and scored 3 touchdowns. Only 2 passes in the first half. Johnson 2 for 2 for 71 yards. We have not seen a kickoff return yet in this game. I'd be surprised if that changed right here, but you never know. Lloyd Avant,
kick it in the end zone.
Javion Kennard are back. And
there you go.
It'll be Colorado State from its 25-yard line. And there's Jackson Brousseau. Earlier this week in the aftermath of the Darius Curry suspension, no one in Fort Collins really knew if Brousseau would be ready to go. And behind him,
with that ankle, especially,
all they had was a guy, Taj Bullock, who has thrown 1 pass all season. And then they have a couple of walk-ons that are on the roster but haven't played all year. But Brousseau has answered the call, staying in the pocket mostly. Out of the backfield, Avant to the 30.
For what it's worth, Colorado State was really struggling in the first quarter to get anything offensively going. Air Force had a lot of pressure package in their defense, really stymied Colorado State. So they kind of backed off a little bit, and Colorado State was able to open up a rhythm through the air. Haven't had much of a run game, but it's through the air.
Lanier on the flank. Takes it very close to the first down marker. It will be a first down for the Rams. Well, Braden Fowler Nicolosi was the opening day starter, but he left the program after Norvell was fired. Started 28 games for Colorado State in his career. Darius Curry got the start last week. Tyson Summers says he is an exceptional human being, and the problem is you have one bad moment, and that moment can stick with you, and he knows that. Curry was classy in the aftermath of the ugly incident last week. Another catch for Lanier, who continues to get open and make plays for Colorado State. This is what Darius Curry said. I want to apologize to Jaden and the entire Boise State football team for his actions during the game. Classy words. He reached out to the Boise State coach. He spoke in front of the entire team. And he handled a rough situation as well as he could afterwards. He certainly has regrets. Liam Wharton, the right guard, also suspended for this game. Started every game this year, so that's another key piece that the Rams are missing here today.
Well, this drive to open up the second half, you see how the Rams are going with tempo. They're back at the line of scrimmage, ready to call the next play. They're trying to use every part of this field. These plays have gone almost sideline to sideline and got good yards. Now they're almost at midfield. Doing a good job with this drive so far. 4 straight passes, couple of first downs. Brousseau again completes it to Maher. And the former walk-on goes into Falcon territory. It's just a matter of time before you see the Falcons kind of close down the amount of distance that they're giving, the cushion that they're giving to these Rams receivers. Try to take that space away because everything has been really short, but it's been yards after the catch so far in this drive.
Second and 7. Short throw to Avant. He's got room in front of him. Lloyd Avant down the sideline, stays in bounds inside the 10, and sets up first and goal. Maher with a big block down the sideline to free him up.
This was a good executed play, well-executed play by the Colorado State Rams. We've seen everyone from Air Force is going to the wide side of the field. Oh, wait, they're coming back with a backward screen. You've got Alex Foster, the guard, out in front leading you. Good blocking, as you mentioned, with Maher down the field. Rams are in the plus territory, red zone.
They spotted at the 10.
Comes the pressure.
Brousseau just throws it away. It's his first incompletion of the drive. After he had started 6 for 6 for 65 yards.
Yeah, I was just wondering when the Falcons were going to bring some pressure. After that big play, they come with a will dog. And it was Blake Fletcher who applied the pressure. Got in his face. You see, there it is. There's Blake Fletcher, the will linebacker. Does a good job. No roughing the passer. Line of pressure.
Three wide receivers. Brousseau gives it to Avant. He'll take it up the middle. Close to the 5.
Oh, Evan, that's a good read by Brousseau. He saw how lax the middle of the defense was and says, you know what, I'm just going to check to a simple draw, simple give from gun formation, gun run, get downhill right now. Take what the defense gives you, smart play. Does set up a 3rd down and goal. They can't get a 1st down. They got to find a way to punch it in the end zone.
Really critical play in this football game right here.
Let's see if Air Force tries to light them up. Looks like you're going to stay back and play coverage.
Kennard and Avant both in the backfield. It's Avant to the 2 to the goal line. Touchdown! What a statement drive to start the second half for the CSU Rams.
Well, what a good job by Lloyd Avant finding the end zone. Even when it looked like he was going to get stopped short, Air Force was thinking that they were going to pass. Colorado State does a nice back gun run, You see Avant carrying defenders as he goes into the end zone. Nice hard run by number 25. And they really needed that drive. They were reviewing to make sure he did cross the plane in the end zone. From our vantage point, it looked like he did.
But we've been wrong before.
Absolutely. Who would have thunk it, right?
The ruling on the field is a touchdown if previous play is under further review.
Of course.
But they fired the cannon.
I know.
From cannon
You
corner.
can't retract that.
By the way, wanted to shut out the CSU band. They had a rockin' halftime performance. It was a Queen medley. I enjoyed it. Shout out to the whole Spirit Squad, the cheerleaders. It's a balmy.
Well, as we take
late
another
November,
look, contact
Saturday,
is made right
Friday.
at the line of scrimmage right there.
Feels like Saturday, but
Yeah.
it is Friday.
It's Friday. Does his butt touchdown before the ball crosses over. Ooh, awfully close on that angle though, because they will mark him down when his butt touches the ground. That
Well,
is down. Does the ball cross? And from that angle, it looks like the ball's already crossed.
Yeah, I think he's in. If he's ruled short, it's 4th and goal
Right.
from the 2-inch line.
Head coach Tyson Summers looking up at the replay, the big screen on the board. It's like, come on, man, don't deny us. Come on. Worked hard to get that touchdown. They did. Nice drive by the Rams to start the second half.
This is taking a little too long for Tyson Summers' liking. Got to be ready with a 4th down play if they rule him short.
Taking one more look at it, and this is the question mark. From this angle, it's hard to see where the ball is once the butt touches down right there. But I thought most of his upper body had crossed the end zone. I thought he would be in.
Absolutely nothing about these replays conclusively says he didn't make it.
Correct. I agree with that point. Yes, sir.
Ken Ray has the determination made.
After further review, the ruling on the field is being upheld. It's a touchdown.
I was wondering if they'd fire the cannon.
I was
again.
wondering too. I was looking at the ROTC unit over there. They didn't put on their headphones. I'm like, okay, we're safe.
So the touchdown stands. Able to scoop it up. How
Good
about
preparation.
Tyson Summers? 2 weeks in a row.
Yep. How about that? Good preparation by the Falcons. They were looking for it, and able to defend it. Go.
Lincoln, were you ever on the hands team?
I was not. I was not.
It was a missed opportunity.
Yeah, I know. I was always waiting for tackle eligible to happen as well, but never did.
Never did, huh?
Never did.
So good field position after the unsuccessful onside kick attempt.
You know, this is where the Rams defense is going to have to tighten up.
What's the key to tightening up?
Well, the fact is you got to be more disciplined with your lanes and more controlling of your lanes. You see that the Falcons offense is able to get push against this defense. So if you're going to stack it up on the inside, we've already seen Air Force pick on the perimeter or use the perimeter to their advantage as well, which I think they might do on this play because it seems like Colorado is loading up the middle even more. Colorado State.
Johnson letting the play clock wind down. Carson again. Met by a pack of green. Even on a play where it looks like they gained very little, they're still great about getting positive yards and finishing the run.
Well, you've got some big guys in the middle that are pushing your guys back and winning the line of scrimmage. As long as you control the line of scrimmage, there are opportunities for running backs to find the lane and seep through. And this is what Air Force does. They'll wear you down. They wear you down with the time of possession. They wear you down with controlling the play of the game by running the ball right down your throat until you stop it.
Josh Johnson on the field the first 2 plays of the drive. Now Kemper Hodges takes over on 3rd and 4. Hodges has done his work out of the shotgun. Fakes the give. Hodges has a hole. Makes a man miss. Kemper Hodges galloping down to the 18.
And they just really have the Rams defense on their heels, not knowing where to go. See Owen Long, the all-pro line, I mean the all-star linebacker, all-pro, giving him talent before he gets there. And you have Hodges running down the field, forcing your corner safety to make a tackle. And as again, they're taking their time. This is what the Falcon offense does. Triple option threat, doesn't matter which quarterback they have, they're having success today, whether it's Hodges or Johnson.
Longest rush of the day for Air Force, 21 yards for Kemper Hodges. Hodges still out there. Big fella barreling up the middle again, finishing strong again. Picks up 5 to the 13. Inside the 13, close to the 12, they'll spot it.
Now Hodges is just using his big body to carry these guys forward. You see how many Rams are trying to tackle him. Of course, there's my guy, John Ashford, right there in the middle of things, adding weight. Number 72, adding a little weight to the issue.
How about 72?
How about that?
First career start. He hadn't played a ton. Sophomore from Edmond, Oklahoma.
Oh, this is fun.
Carson inside the 10 to the 9. It's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
I know the Rams from Colorado State probably don't like it, but as a former offensive lineman, I love it. Just that you're pushing that sled. That's what you see these big guys doing. Hey, Falcons offensive line.
What's the first thing that you as a former offensive lineman are watching right after the snap?
How quickly do they get their assignment taken care of? They block the box. You see that? It's not many green shirts that are slipping through. They control the line of scrimmage, even with tight splits.
He's being spotted short of the first down. May have gained half a yard. It's going to be 4th down, though.
The Falcons right now, their offense is playing with a lot of confidence. I'd be surprised if they come off the field even for a 4th down. I think this is 4th down territory. They're going for it.
2 for 2 on 4th down today. Troy Calhoun wanted the play clock to be reset.
Another thing I appreciate about this Falcon offense is you see the guys going up to the line of scrimmage, pointing at who they got, understanding their assignments. It's essential when you have 2 quarterbacks, because sometimes things are lost in transition.
Hodges shoved from behind by Carson. And the sticks will move again. Air Force 3 for 3 on 4th downs today. They're now 24 of 34 on 4th downs on the season.
Get behind that big offensive line and you got a big quarterback, 245-pound quarterback, you're going to move a lot of people. On a lot of defenders, of course. You saw Owen Long in there trying to do his part to take away the rush, but they had enough for the first down. Ground and pound.
Hodges going to keep it again. He got drilled that time.
Nice hit.
Jace Bella coming up, laying the wood. Owen Long was nearby as well.
This time they said no go, no go. A little quarterback lead. Good blocking, but there's Owen Long down there. There's Bella. Nice low tackle by Long. Wrap his arms around the quarterback, Hodges, get him down.
Johnson back out there on 2nd down from the 3. Play clock down to 6, 5. Allowing Colorado State to sub. They get the snap in time, and Johnson is in the end zone. Touchdown, Air Force. A little dance on the road for Josh Johnson. Air Force PAT away from doubling their lead back to 14.
Well, he gets his score. We thought he had a score in the first half. He didn't make it in, and they brought in Hodges to finish it off. But this one, option football at its best. No one is there to take the quarterback. Corner goes out for the pitch man, and there's Johnson doing his little dance.
Nine plays, all rushes, 45 yards. 5 minutes, 41 seconds off the clock. Not too complicated, but it's really hard to stop. 28-14 Falcons.
great success, and that's sort of the reason why this score is lopsided. The fact that the Rams spotted them 14 before they got on the board.
Brousseau is 6 for 7 for 65 yards on the last drive to bring Colorado State within 7. Air Force answered immediately 5 minutes and 41 seconds later, to be more exact.
Timeout.
Timeout taken before the flag.
Timeout. Colorado State. It's their first of the half. 30 seconds in length.
It's interesting because we had offsetting penalties on one play in the first half, but officially there have been no penalties in this game.
Yeah, it's been pretty clean. You know, you look at Jackson Brousseau, and of course his success has become from throwing a lot of the short passes to get it to his receivers and yards after the catch. He's done a pretty solid job. You know, I honestly think on that last play, Evan, that he had a pass that was originally called, and he checked to a run. They were just running out of time on the time clock, on the play clock. Good play right there. His receiver to get in the end zone.
Lanier, 7 catches so far in the game. He's been Brousseau's favorite target. Avant with a big play out of the backfield for 38 yards to set up the score. Colorado State, same situation they came out of the locker room with, down by 14 with the ball. After the timeout, it's Levon Brown across the 35. First down, Colorado State.
You know, I noticed that the first scoring drive of the second half for the Rams, that what Air Force was doing is they were giving a lot of cushion to the players. And we'll take a look at this last throw. You see Brown finding an opening. We'll talk about it a little bit later, but this offense has done a good job at using the space, taking what the defense gives them.
Back to Brown. Nowhere to go this time. He's tackled at the line of scrimmage by Roger Jones Jr. and others.
It's just a matter of time because it seems like the Falcons are playing more of a coverage package. It's just a matter of time before the Rams try to go back to the run. Avant has had some success, not a whole lot, but you got to still pay homage to the run. You can't just let a defense sit back and wait for you to pass.
Lincoln, it's been a rather quiet day so far for your guy Rocky Beers. Only one catch for 4 yards. He's got a touchdown in 3 straight games. Back to the perimeter. Tell you what, Brousseau's got that throw.
Yeah, he has to work on a little bit of arm strength to keep his receiver up, right? There'll be more opportunity if he catches and can run. But it's really hard to throw across the field. He's literally throwing from the right hash over to the left sideline. That's a far throw for a quarterback.
12-yard gain, 8th catch of the day for Lanier. Brousseau now 20 for 25 for 200 yards. Offensive line fighting its butt off to protect him. Avant open out of the backfield. Scurries away.
Nice.
Beautiful block from Beers. And down to the 20-yard line goes Lloyd Avant, the sophomore from Humble, Texas.
Oh, this is a good block. And, of course, Rocky Beers comes in with a nice save-it block. What we call here, the defense is backing up. They're playing for the long. Now watch Rocky Beers. He's just going to save it. I'm not going to throw my shoulder in because if he throws his shoulder in, it's a block in the back. But that way, he just gets in front of the man. It's a nice block. Avant does the rest with his legs.
Boxed him out.
Yes, he did. Nice basketball reference. Here comes a blitz. And there goes the flag.
Flag down. Brousseau gets rid of it. Pressured by Fletcher.
Now they're wondering. I'm wondering if they're going to call it. He should be outside the pocket, so it shouldn't be intentional grounding. But
the
the
flag
rest confirmed.
came from downfield.
Yeah, the flag came from downfield in the area of Hall holding.
You hated flags in the area of holding, didn't you?
Absolutely.
After further discussion, there is no foul on the play.
Okay.
It's second down.
It's even better. Thank you for picking up the flag.
We remain somehow officially penalty free.
Let's see. Oh, the center. The center was trapping, or it looked like the left guard.
That's a big Aitor Oriana Baranachena.
No, he is playing center.
17 letters in Aitor's last name.
That's why you're good at pronouncing it.
Oriana Baranachea. I've been practicing all week. Tight window throw.
Oh.
Did he get the foot down? No, ruled out of bounds.
Wow.
Kennard with a heck of an effort.
That was impressive by Brousseau. It is a tight window in that cover 2 space. You got to throw it over the corner and still be able to get down. Oh, but it just came out of bounds. Nice throw and nice catch. Wow, that's impressive.
Brousseau sees the replay on the big board as well. So the drive has stalled these last couple of plays. 3rd down. Rams 2 for 6 on 3rd down today. Pressure coming, screen to Avant. Blockers in front, but not enough of them. And 2 flags fly as he keeps on chugging down close to the line to gain. Dallas Daly shaken up for Air Force. Some concern from the Colorado State sideline. The CSU trainer came out to check on Daly.
Well, interested to see what the fly is about. Might be targeting. Let's take a look. Daly.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Wow. It's awfully dangerous. Hope he's okay. It looks like he led with his shoulder. Did you see the crown of his helmet?
I thought he hit him helmet to helmet on that first replay.
During the run, holding number 9 on the offense. It's 10 yards from the spot of the foul. Still 3rd down.
Well, it's the first penalty that's enforced unless the replay crew buzzes down and suggests there should be a review for targeting. I don't know if we can take one more look at it. You know, it's been a rule now for multiple years, and it's still, in my opinion, inconsistently enforced.
Well, I've often thought that many penalties, unless they're blatantly out there, are subjective. I mean, you can literally call holding on every penalty play if you wanted to.
So now 3rd and 16. No review for targeting. Avant, can he do it again? He needs to get to the 11, and he's going to come up about 7 yards shy. So a decision here for Tyson Summers, and it looks like the field goal unit is coming on.
Well, Brousseau was a little bit more patient. He had Rocky Beers coming open in the middle of the field, the post route. But he has had success so far today throwing the short routes and having his receivers yards after catch. That was a little bit of an unsurmountable position to be in, that backed up that far. And think a sort of check down route is going to get you a 1st down. But 4th and 7, they have an opportunity for a field goal.
From 36 yards, Isaiah Hankins. Not even close. A demoralizing way for that drive to end for the Rams. Troy Calhoun content, up 14.
You're eligible to become a member of Navy Federal Credit Union. Because I'm an Army veteran, our whole family can join and get exclusive savings.
Down carry, so a new set of downs here with the clock ticking. 10-second difference, game clock and play clock. This is likely the final play of the quarter unless Josh Johnson decides to air it out. And the odds are not in favor of that, if you've been with us for the last couple of hours. Owen Allen sworn by the Colorado State defense. And that will be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 15 minutes left in these two teams' seasons. 15 minutes left on Colorado State's football run in the Mountain West Conference. Do the Rams have a late comeback in them? Yeah. 15 minutes on the clock. Troy Calhoun trying to say once and for all that the Falcon controls the Ram.
How about that? The irony. Falcons control the ground game, and the Rams control the air game. Who would have ever thought of it?
That's a great point, and that's going to bother me now. All right.
Oh, look at there. Look at there.
Airing it out
Look
to
at
start
there.
the 4th quarter, and Quinn Smith has it in Colorado State territory.
You know, before we came back, I was thinking this was an important down for the Colorado State Ram defense to find a way to get the ball back to their offense, and lo and behold, the Falcons decided to go to the air.
Well, you see the safety, Jace Bella, number 12. He's like, uh-oh.
Oops.
Wait a minute. I didn't think that was coming.
He had two people wide open down the field.
27-yard pass and catch. Johnson to Smith, who's shaken up in the aftermath. Not a bad day.
Josh Johnson had an opportunity to throw to either one of his receivers. Both were doing post routes. Both were wide open because Bella, the safety, was a little bit nosy in the backfield.
Hey, this may be a dumb question, but as a former offensive lineman, if you've blocked for 30 straight runs, what's different about blocking for a pass?
Nothing. Really, you'll fire off because in that particular instance, you want the pass to look like the run. So you fire off. As long as you maintain contact with your defender, you don't have to worry about being downfield. But you want to fire off. This is a very big reward for this offensive line because there's nothing better than really finishing off a team when you have them on the ropes.
Pitch to the left. Matt Long, just his 5th carry of the season, his first of the day, picks up 7.
And especially when you're running the ball like that as effectively, you're getting to the outside as an option offense. You get to the outside and there's no one on the perimeter to slow you down before you get 7 yards downfield. It's really, really invigorating for this offense to know that they are doing everything right, especially the big guys up front. Conversely, the defense on the other side doesn't have an answer for it.
If Air Force wins today, it'll be their 5th straight trip coming to Fort Collins and walking away with a win. Rams have never beaten Air Force in their new stadium. That opened in 2017. More good yards from Owen Allen up the middle, embracing the contact and bruising anybody that tries to get in his way.
Just look how physical the white jerseys with the blue helmets are. You know, Bella, the free safety, is trying to do his best to slow down Owen. Can't do it. Now, now you have the tempers are starting to flare. If you're Colorado State, you're being pushed backwards constantly by a very good rushing football team. I know the record might not show, but today's performance definitely shows they are good.
Over 200 yards on the ground for Air Force. New set of downs. Allen again. Picks up a couple.
That's really all you need. You get a couple yards here or there. Now that you're already in the red zone area, going in, take as much time as you can off the clock.
Hey, Lincoln, one thing I wanted to ask you. You had Colorado State season opener against Washington.
I did.
Take us back to the perspective of opening day optimism for Colorado State, coming off an 8-win season last year, and just, I mean, it's unraveled in so many different ways, from the coach getting fired to all the injuries and what happened with Darius Curry last week.
Yeah. It's so hard to keep a program together these days with the amount of outside distractions. When you come into the season, you have high expectations, and they really played Washington really tough. They played Washington tough in that very first game to schedule up in Seattle, and I was surprised that Washington actually came away with a win. But as that happened, you saw the season sort of unfold for Colorado State. When Jay Norvell was let go, and as you mentioned, the amount of injuries. I mean, I tip my hat off to this coaching staff, Tyson Summers, what he's been able to hold together, because it's been hard. And they came out and they played pretty impressive. They tried to play with pretty high energy to start the game. Just got outmanned.
Got bulldozed by this offense.
There you go again.
Kemper, Hodges, Powers for another Air Force first down, their 19th of the day.
And if you go back to that first half, especially that first quarter, the first 2 drives for the offense, I mean, they were doing this in the beginning. Look at the drive. Hodges doesn't get touched till he's 4 yards down the field by an opposing jersey. And there's nothing, if you're Colorado State, there's nothing, you don't have enough beef in the middle to slow that down. And these guys have been on the field for a long time, so they are tired.
Quinn Smith, who was shaken up after making the catch to start the drive, is back out there for Air Force. Hodges met in the backfield, but he carries a couple defenders across the line of scrimmage and sets up 2nd and goal.
Yeah, that means just Air Force is having their way, and they're controlling the clock, they're controlling the ground game. I said it was one of the keys to victory, and it's been impressive.
I said it was a balmy day, but it is getting noticeably cooler here in the late afternoon. It was mid-50s for part of the day.
Yeah, you described that as balmy, and that's not balmy to me, my friend.
Come on, that's balmy.
It might be balmy by the Colorado standards, but
They are predicting some snowfall later this evening into tomorrow. Hodges scampers right, undercut.
Owen Long. There's that man again.
He is
sophomore.
relentless.
Oh, he is. He is a tackling machine. Tackling machine. Very impressive young man. Got 16 total tackles already today. I mean, look, he's everywhere. I mean, he is everywhere. That's a nice tackle on Hodges.
Big play here. Colorado State needs a stop, obviously. Josh Johnson back in the game. 3rd and goal. Johnson rolls to his right, flips it into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruin Fleischman.
There was nothing Lamondre Joe, the corner who had the perimeter, could do out there, because it's either you go after Johnson or you stay back to cover Fleischman. He saw Johnson was approaching the line of scrimmage after the play fake. There's no one on the outside. The perimeter is exposed. There's no one out there, and now Lamondre Joe is in an awkward position. What do? Just flip it out to Fleischman.
I know you were hoping Rocky Beers would have a good game, but it's Air Force's tight end with a cool name, Bruin Fleischman.
Exactly.
That
How about
has
that?
9:09 to play. Colorado State needs points. They need them quick.
Still have yet to see a kickoff return, right?
The greatest rivalry in sports is here. Top-ranked defending national champion Ohio State heads to the Big House looking to snap Michigan's 4-game win streak in the game. It all starts at 9 a.m. with a special 3-hour Big Noon kickoff live from Ann Arbor. And Michigan, Ohio State at noon, only on Fox. Here are some of the Heisman candidates. Reed from Texas A&M, Vanderbilt's Pavia getting ready for a showdown with the Vols. Jeremiah Love, Julian Sayin, and Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. He might be my pick. Lincoln, who you got?
I really like Mendoza from Indiana. But it's hard to argue with the #1 team in the country and a quarterback playing well as Sayin in Ohio State.
Tommy Maher, the completion from Jackson Brousseau, who's continued to throw a nice ball. He's now 24 for 31 for 242 yards. Flea flicker. Brousseau stepping up under pressure and gets across the line of scrimmage to pick up a couple.
It's never good when your quarterback turns around and look who's behind him. So in this replay, you see the play breaks down pretty early. You got a tight end trying to block. Rocky Beers trying to block a defensive end or outside linebacker, and they really nowhere to go with the football. Didn't have enough time to set up.
Jackson Adams hanging on to the back of his jersey.
Exactly.
Or his undershirt, maybe, not sure. Did avoid the sack and pick up a couple. Lanier, another nice catch right at midfield, tackled by Levi Brown.
Nice throwing
8 minutes
catch.
we go.
Yeah, nice throwing catch that time from Lanier, as you mentioned. Sorry, you know, he had protection in the pocket. Brousseau had protection. The offensive line did a good job picking up the stunts by Air Force, and as they changed their defensive linemen to get some fresh bodies in.
Play action. Brousseau pats the ball a couple times and has Avant open out of the backfield. It's been primarily Lanier and Avant making things happen for this Colorado State offense.
Yeah, he was trying to go up top to Levon Brown, but the Falcons did a good job at taking away that possibility even after the play fake. And all of their defenders dropped. That's why Avant was wide open in the flat.
Avant had 126 receiving yards on the season coming into today. He's got 135 receiving yards today on 8 catches. Brousseau down the seam. Rocky Beers sets the Colorado State tight end touchdown record in a season.
There you go. Finally get a chance to call his name. Wait for it all day long. Fleischman on the other side has had a good day, but Rocky Beers comes through. No safety in the hole. All you need is protection. Run a post route. Your tight end gets some separation from the defender. And he's off to the end zone. Good play by the Rams that time.
38-yard touchdown. And Beers has his record-breaking 7th touchdown catch of the year. Colorado State not done just yet. Will there be another onside kick? Will there be a stop? Can they slow down this Air Force offense? We'll see. But Rocky Beers is in the end zone. That's good news for the Rams. But it's scooped up. Air Force's Nick Beckwith able to scoop it up. This was Beers pregame.
That's a senior strut right there. That's what you do when you're a senior, trotting out there. That's how you look and carry yourself.
Very athletic family. Mention his brother Rowdy, played football at FIU. His sister is an all-SEC basketball star at Oklahoma. His other sister plays at Belmont. And Rocky in the end zone for the 4th consecutive game. A bright spot in a sour season for Colorado State.
Now he goes down as the tight end that caught the most touchdown passes in Colorado State history.
And he's, you know, from his time at Air Force, still close with several of the seniors on this Air Force team. He said this week he hoped he didn't cross paths with Peyton Zadroit because he's like the scariest, toughest, strongest guy he's ever seen. But he's the nose tackle, so usually the tight end doesn't cross paths with a nose tackle unless something wacky's happened.
True story.
Now Air Force trying to put this game on ice by just doing what they do. Taking the clock. Close to 6 minutes left. Owen Allen muscles to the 50. Will be 3rd and 4. Wonder how long Troy Calhoun would consider going for 4th down. Like 4th and 1 he's going, 4th and 2 probably. What if it's 4th and 3 from midfield?
Well, I really don't think Coach Calhoun wants to give the ball back to the Rams, since they've been able to open up their passing attack on his defense.
It's also different with a 2-score lead compared to a 1-score lead.
Absolutely.
Kemper Hodges is out there. Hodges has carried the ball 11 times for 50 yards. Hodges will keep it. And he spins across the 45. 1st down, Air Force.
Much like I said, whenever you're playing a power option team, if you could stay ahead of the chains and set up for 3rd down 4, this is more doable for your offense. You see good blocking up front. You see the defenders just kind of bouncing off of Hodges. There's that big 250-pound frame at quarterback who's coming downhill. Think about this defense, what they had to put up with. You have Owen Allen at fullback, who's got a good amount of runs, and then you've got a big quarterback there in Hodges.
For Colorado State, you got to be thinking trying to strip the football here.
You see a very tired defense out there in green right now. You see guys slow to get up off the ground. The rigors of the football game, especially in the 4th quarter. You know, Evan, I know from being on the other side of it, being on that offensive line, there's nothing more rewarding to look over at the defensive line and see that those guys are winded. They're tired. Their hands are on their hips.
Yeah, what gives it away when you're looking across the line?
It just, you see the heavy breathing, you hear the frustration in their voice, can't stop it.
60 rushing attempts, 4 passing attempts. Here's their 65th play. It's their 61st rush. And Hodges off to the races. Inside the 20, pushed out of bounds at the 15.
There's a true sign of a team being worn down. It's just an off-tackle lead with the quarterback, and there is no one. I mean, no one. Even Owen Long couldn't bring him down. But the legs running downfield.
Hodges now up to 82 yards on the ground. He had only rushed for 120 yards total in the 6 games he's played this year, coming into today. So wouldn't be surprised if he's back at fullback next year, especially if Liam Zarka's still around and healthy. He's a guy that can help you move the football.
Now that difference, that stat we just posted, the difference in rushing yards is glaring.
Timeout.
Timeout. Rusher in Air Force history to record his 1,000th yard earlier today. Now Hodges, who's seemingly on his way as well.
Then you add Hodges to the mix. Not only do you have fullback and double threats with guys like Cade Harris and other guys. It's hard to defend that.
Colorado State takes its final timeout, stops the clock with 3:11 to go before the upcoming 3rd and 2. Among the group of 5 teams, no league has more bowl-eligible teams in the Mountain West Conference. San Diego State and UNLV leading the way at 9 and 2. Again, coming into today, there were 7 different teams. Any of these 7 could be in the championship game next week. Currently, San Diego State and New Mexico are tied 17 apiece late in the 3rd quarter down in Albuquerque.
Yeah, there's been a lot of noise made about the American Conference, but the Mountain West has done its part to hang in there. I was really surprised that UNLV was able to beat Hawaii last week, but they took care of business, and now they're one of the teams at the top of the division fighting with that tiebreaker.
Utah State's also up 21-10 late 2nd quarter on Boise right now.
Oh, wow. It's a big one, too.
There were so many different permutations of what could happen and how the tiebreak will get sorted out in the next couple of days. Big push into the end zone. Air Force overpowering Colorado State. It's been the story of the day. It's been the story of the past decade, quite frankly, in this rivalry. And Air Force about to finish off Colorado State's run of the Mountain West by handing the Rams.
Nothing surprising. In essence, they got a fullback lead. Had another blocker in there, and this is all Owen Allen. Leg strength, along with that offensive line, scoring with their man, driving the Rams back into the defense, back into the end zone. Cap this game off with level of pride.
Falcons doubling up the Rams now, 42-21. And 3 minutes and 5 seconds away from their 8th win in their last 9 games against Colorado State.
Mano a mano. Mano a mano. And you got, when your safeties are coming up trying to make the play, you see people reaching for the ball, trying to strip the ball, still the push of the offensive line. And now Owen Allen's legs, drives into the end zone to score. He's got a huge smile on his face. Good performance by him today.
His 2nd touchdown. Now 25 carries for 107 yards. He's also had some good blocks to free up Hodges at points. And look, Troy Calhoun, 3 minutes away from improving to 15-3 in his tenure against Colorado State. He has controlled this Ram-Falcon rivalry.
Well, Coach Tyson Summers did everything he could. He pulled out the onside kicks after scoring, hoping he could receive one, return one, and get one back so they can score again. But this Air Force Falcon team just too much for him. It's like somebody's got to pick it up.
Colorado State needs to pick it up.
Got to still recover it, even if you call for a fair catch.
And we got a little pushing and shoving, a flag downfield. Players separate. I mean, every kickoff today has been in the end zone. There was just an assumption, it appeared, by Javion Kennard, who was back there, that it was going to go into the end zone again.
Offense has to know if they're going to back it up more or be able to start ahead in a little bit. Their body language seems like it's going against Colorado State.
After the play, unsportsmanlike, number 85 on the receiving team. It'll be half the distance from the end of the run where possession was completed. It's first down.
Well, half the distance between possession. Okay. See at the bottom of your screen where they're getting into it, see the Colorado State Ram player, throw down the Air Force player, and then there's a bunch of shoving and pushing going on. Oh, strike to the head. That'll get you every time. Now, you got to worry about this if you're Colorado State. You know you need to throw the football, but you're on the 1-yard line.
Well, they're set up nicely for the longest play in school history. You can't have the longest play in school history from the 10. You can only have it from inside the 10.
Well, these are often opportunities where rush ends or outside linebackers sort of tape back their ears and try to get after the quarterback. Really, he's got to be careful and step out.
Nearly the Orlovsky.
Yeah.
And I imagine if Jim Moore is watching, he's not excited to hear that UConn reference.
He had to be careful here. Watch his feet. He's got to be real careful. Have to know where the end line is. He throws that football. Why? Oh, it's tight. It's really tight. Ooh, almost. Got to be careful. But there's that rush I was talking about. Yeah. Any penalty that happens in the end zone will result in a safety, including intentional grounding.
Rousseau throws incomplete again. Wonder if they'd go for it on 4th and 10 from the 1. I mean, you probably would, right?
I mean, what do you have to lose?
Yeah, why not?
I mean, you're down by 21. It's not. You give them another touchdown.
Not like you're playing for field position at this
True
point.
story. And the Air Force is just sitting back. They're waiting for Colorado State to make a mistake.
How about a draw right here? That would catch the Air Force defense
That's
off
what
guard.
I would do. Now they're going to force them to run some games inside to take away that. Nope, there it comes again.
Going to be shy of the first down by a yard. The clock continues to tick.
Colorado State's out of timeouts. Can't stop it if they wanted to. Here comes the punt unit.
Jordan McIntyre with his first catch of the game. And are they really going to punt it here?
No, they are. Looks like it. But you know they went for a fake earlier.
I mean, San Diego State, New Mexico locked 17 apiece early in the 4th. Utah State trying to knock off Boise and give themselves a chance to potentially sneak in to the Mountain West championship game. No kneel down.
No. We want to run the ball. We want more yards.
I don't know if I'm more surprised by the punt on 4th and 1 down by 21 or not kneeling down when your opponent's out of timeouts and you're up by 21.
Well, you bring in some new blood, get some young guys a chance to play.
They sign up for 60.
Exactly. No doubt.
Well, Air Force gonna improve to 4-8. That's how the year's gonna end. For Colorado State, it's gonna be a 10-loss season for the first time in 37 years.
Well, they are still laying some helmets down there. There's some cracking going on.
Tyler Latham gets a carry. They're still blowing the 3rd down horns with less than a minute to go.
They want the band to stay fired up.
Air Force trying to finish today penalty free. They have the fewest penalties per game in the Mountain West.
Get another first
middle, spinning and twirling down Terrence Gist.
Gist gets some carries, the senior.
Well, he'll remember that.
Yeah, he should.
And that is gonna be the end.
You do not need to line up and run out of the play. It is what it is.
He's the game clock and play clock are almost in sync. He's
Right.
asking if he
think he can get to the finish
that's why
line
he's
without
starting
a
to walk
flag.
across the sideline. It's over.
It'll be a tough first flag of the game, delay of game. Well, the Jim Mora era starts on Monday here in Fort Collins. And Tyson Summers liked the way he comported himself, but he just did not have enough. Air Force victorious 42-21.
They're
They've
running over to
beaten
collect the
Colorado
trophy.
State for the 8th time in the last 9 tries. There's Steve Lobotsky, the offensive line coach.
Yep.
Sending Big John Ashford, his violent right guard,
His
for
men.
his first start.
That's right. Air Force has
And
already collected the trophy. They got it on the field now.
Heading back to Colorado Springs, this trophy that's been at the center of this rivalry for 4.5 decades. It's unclear when these two teams will play again, with Colorado State headed to the Pac-12. The Falcon flies proudly today.
Well, you know what? Air Force played their type of football game. As I said, you know, they controlled the ground game, ground and pound. They had their offense on the field more times than their opponent. If you're Colorado State, Morris coming in to build a program, but after all the injuries, you're going to see a new program obviously next year out of Colorado State as they get into the Pac-12 and try to solidify their worth or their value to be in that conference. So things are changing in college sports.
Things are